Groaning, Jewel pulled her seatbelt off and rested in the driver's seat. She didn't want to go inside to her lonely house. She didn't want to do anything except wallow in self-pity and despair. The sound of knocking on her side window startled her. Jewel jumped and turned to face the door as it opened. The face that popped down to stare at her was the most welcome sight in the world. "Do you know how many text messages and phone calls I have gotten about you in the last 20 minutes? Leah's full lips pulled tight into a smile, but concern flooded her pale blue eyes. Jewel snorted the snot back that threatened to expel from her nose and brushed her hands over her eyes. "No, but I imagine quite a lot. I wasn't exactly quiet." "You got that right." Leah held her hand out for Jewel to take. "Come on. We're going inside." Jewel canted her head to the side, tears starting fresh at the compassion she found in her best friend's voice. She really couldn't have found a better person for her. Leah was so strong and even-keeled, where she was hot-tempered and spoke without thinking more often than not. Leah saw her pain and bent down, her knees brushing against the edge of the door. There wasn't much space for her to move, but she made sure to catch Jewel's full attention. "Come on. I promise you can rant and rave all you want once we're inside." Jewel nodded, but she still didn't move to get out of the car. Leah pressed her palm to Jewel's thigh, and Jewel shuddered. Now that all her anger had been dispersed, all she felt was the pain and hurt. Words backed up in her throat, making it impossible to speak. She was miserable. Leah squeezed her thigh. "Come inside, Jay." "He told me I was too much." The pity in Leah's eyes was too much. Leah couldn't look at her. Her heart rapped hard as a new wave of pain took over her. She was such a fool. Not only had she stayed with Brady way longer than she should have, but she'd insisted on making a scene, and Leah had been called in to do cleanup before even an hour had passed. "I'm sorry," Jewel whispered. "Sorry for what?" Turning to face her friend, Jewel rolled her eyes. "That you're stuck dealing with me." Leah gave her a soft, gentle smile. "It's nothing we haven't dealt with before." "You're right about that." It did make her feel a little better. She'd survived all her breakups before, but at some point she had begun to think Brady might be the one. "Let's get inside," Leah tried again.